Hello and welcome to Thursday. It's currently very, very late as I'm recording this, but that's totally fine. Because I actually want to talk about something that's happening today, at least when you're watching this, on Friday. Bandcamp Friday. December 2025's Bandcamp Friday, as it will. So, once every couple of months, the first Friday of the month, Bandcamp, the site that hosts, a ton of music, where artists will just put up their music for you to buy. They put they waive their fees. So any music that you buy, the artist gets 100% of their fees. Excluding whatever service fees and like taxes and whatever, but the artist gets the bulk of the money that day. And seeing as there's currently 12 hours left as of time of release, I think I would shout out a ton of bands that I've been jiving with. First up would be Pretty Bitter, who I'm actually seeing quote unquote later tonight. Again, this is coming out Friday, but this comes out Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern and like 7 p.m. So in 4 hours after this comes out, I'll be at the Pretty Bitter show in Brooklyn, and we'll talk more about that in Friday's video or Saturday, whenever it comes out. But Pretty Bitter put in an album this year called Pleaser, and I own this, and I own the zine as well. The zine is signed, but the LP is not, which I will be getting signed at that show. Pretty Bitter, lovely, lovely band. I've talked about them a bunch. Same. Well, we can talk about them more, but I've talked about them enough for now. We also have Echo Astral, who is another band. Touring members of Pretty Bitter are members of Echo Astral. Go listen to them. We also have Cheem, who put out the record Power Move, who I've talked about time and time again before. Go listen to them. Power Move, Cheem. We also have bands that I'm going to be seeing later today. Ultra Deluxe. Chris, the drummer of Wifey, who's a band I think that actually broke up after I saw them back in May a couple of times. Chris is the drummer of both those of Wifey, but they probably broke up. But he's also the drummer of the band Ultra Deluxe, and they're going to be pulling up to the show, and I'm going to surprise Chris by being there. Perennial, Punk Trash, so on and so forth. Enough said. Belted Sweater, they're a like vaporwave synthwave band, but also like instrumentally, but it's just punk and metal kind of screaming over this like weird synth vaporwave kind of backing track. Crazy, grows on you. It's wild. The band I'm most excited to see tonight is Talon, who are self-described as four lesbians who are best friends who write headbangers in a Williamsburg basement. I listened to them on the road trip up to Schenectady to see family last week, and God, does their music go so hard. Bracelets, incredible. Your Girlfriend, also incredible song. Codes, their album, Two Steps at a Time, just so good. I can't wait to meet them, and I'm gonna be jamming out to their music. So that's everything I think I'm seeing tonight, quote unquote tonight. But we also have others. I talked about Echo Astral. I talked about Cheem. What Sales Ahead, I've seen twice this year back at MGR Fest. I've seen them at their own show with Follow the Albatross, Kyler Sane, and Great White Nothing. All three of those guys, incredible. But What Sales Ahead, yeah, I've seen before. Sunscreen, they just popped up on my feed one day. Been jiving with them pretty much. Pom Pom Squad, Rolling Stone's number 100 in their top 100 of 2024. Mia Baron, NYC native, gotta shout her out. We also have Crush Fun, again, 3 trans women and another girl who I saw back on May 1st as a part of Cheem's spring break tour. They've influenced tons and tons of queercore bands since they've been putting out music. Subsonic Eye. I don't think I've talked about them, but I own their record Singapore Dreaming, which is might be one of my albums of the year. It's basically what life is like about living in Singapore in your 20s and 30s. It's basically it appeals to me and my people, but also it's just what life is like about those living in Singapore. Stress and anxiety, what it's just all those kinds of fun things. My boy Landon Conrath. Um, I've been jiving since with his music since like 2 a.m. Paper Cuts, what he put out back in the day, but also he put out an album recently called, oh god, Employee of the Month. I think that's the name of the album. But if I ever need something that's a crowd pleaser, just put on, just to have the background noise, just for everybody to groove and dance with, it's definitely Landon Conrath. We also had pop. We have Bad Sons. We have ton of concerts and everything that I've been to this year, and they've all been incredible. The other thing I want to talk about would be the counterintuitive records. I've talked at the beginning of this year. I talked about how incredible Insignificant Other was, and I'm so glad I feel this way about you. Was to just the beginning of my year. They're from the label Counterintuitive Records, which also represents Bay Faction, which also represents Prince Daddy and the Hyena. If you're here in New York, Counterintuitive Records is doing their 10th anniversary tour, and on Saturday, which I will be busy for, they're doing this like 10th anniversary show in Brooklyn, which I wish I could go to, but ton of artists from the label are going to be performing for the 10th anniversary of the label and just doing their incredible stuff. But the best deal in music, for a single dollar, you will be able to own the entire discography of Counterintuitive Records. That means you get Gami Gang. That means you get Prince Daddy and Hyena. You get some Just Friends. You get Oso Oso. You get some Mom Jeans. You get just so much music. Jur. You get Jur, who's also featured on Pulses. Shadow Pulses, who I meant to talk about a little bit. I talked about them quite a bunch. They released two records, one of which is not here. It's somewhere in the room. But they released Pulses Pack Volume 1. They released their live album, which I both own because they're over there. But you get so much music. From the Counterintuitive Records discography. If can I click on here? Okay, I need to load up my Bandcamp app. But you get Combat Stay Golden, incredible kind of like rock anthem kind of thing. Yeah, I just need to scroll down a little bit. Mom Jean Cartoon Network, Origami Angel, Prince Daddy, Oso Oso, Counterintuitive, Insiggy. Oh gosh, there's so many records. There's over 100 records that they Riley, Kixie, um, Pictures of Vernon, who's on that split with now it's what I call Music Volume 420. It just keeps going and keeps going. I was at the Microwave Show last year. That kind of changed my life. God, there's a horrible album, The Form of Sonic Adventure 2 Greatest Hits Revisited. What's the one that's like least? Supersonic Racing. Nope, that's not it. Supersonic Racing. But it's just incredible music. Just go visit Bandcamp today. I could talk about other things that I bought off Bandcamp. Japanese breakfast I bought this year. There's oh gosh, Bad Sons is on Bandcamp. That's literally all that's here that I see. But there's so much more to be loved on Bandcamp.com. Shout out my boy Thomas over at the History Miners. There's so much. I'm just looking at all of my records that I see, and I just love music so much. Go Bandcamp is like the best way to support it, and Bandcamp Friday is like, this is the last one of the year. Go give them everybody a Christmas gift. Shout out Mirror Tyler of both Echo Astral and Pretty Bitter, who I will be seeing hours after this comes out. But just go celebrate music. Go enjoy everything. and just enjoy music as I play this horrible, horrible song. I mean, it's a good song, but it's just dudes clapping over it. Wait, hold up. They're about to hit it. And then they just scream. I unironically love this album. What is it called? It's Sonic Forever's Sonic Adventure 2 Greatest Hits Revisited. Genuinely, like, one of the greatest albums of all time, honestly. But I could scream about music on and on and on as I keep going. But I've been shouting long enough. Y'all need to just hop on the Bandcamp. If I will hopefully have links to everything that I've mentioned down below, but even if I don't, just, you know, if you stream music on Spotify, I know all the raps comes out. Spotify, the worst music streaming service, but hopefully, like, in order from worst to best, it's gonna be like no, in order from worst to best, Spotify into YouTube Music, then Amazon Music, and then Apple Music, and then Tidal, then probably like Deezer or whatever streaming service that you use. Please, 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 if you really, really love that artist, buy their music, buy their CDs, buy their vinyl records, buy their stuff off of Bandcamp. Please just do them this huge, huge favor and just support them as however best you can, because it is your kind of duty as a listener of these incredibly hard workers to enjoy their music and thrive off of it and to celebrate it. And the best way you can do that is by buying their CDs like like this, buying their albums like this, and buying whatever merch that they have like this. And Bandcamp is the best way to do that, unless you're doing a direct donation, in which case, shout outs to you. I could not do that. I genuinely don't think I could do that, but I will definitely be buying drinks for everybody at the bar tonight, so we'll see how that goes. For now, however, that's what I'm gonna call it for today. I have a lot of screaming about music to go on, and you'll get to see some of that tomorrow, but thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, later.